Alright guys, welcome back for another video on Game of Thrones Kingsroad. In this one, I'm gonna talk about the different ways to acquire some momentum, and by the way, what is the best way to acquire some, how to farm some experience, and especially for the players who are lacking some RP, you know that annoying currency that you need to refill by spending some golden dragon or other things or buy things in the shop if you want to claim some rewards after completing some activities. There are some ways to keep farming your experience even if you don't have any left. I'm gonna talk about that in that video, okay? So I'm gonna divide the video into multiple chapters, so if you want to access another chapter, the chapter of your choice, if you want to find directly the information you want, you have the chapters on YouTube on my videos. So before going deeper in the video, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment below. And did you know that you could support your favorite content creator on the game? I have a link in the description of all my videos. Everything you have to do is to click on that link and click on one button, and there you are supporting my channel. By doing that, you are going to receive some rewards in game, such as some golden dragon and more rewards this month and later as well. And on the other side, every time you are going to spend in game to buy a cosmetic or maybe to progress a bit more your account, I don't know, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to have a really small percentage, 1% to start with, then a 2%, 3%, it depends on the number of supporters I have on my channel. So thank you so much to everyone who wants to support me. And now it's time to talk about the real subject of the video, how to get momentum and how to get some XP. Okay, so first of all, let me explain to you why is it important to get some more momentum. Can you see that this is the main quest here, a required momentum 60k, and I have at the moment 56k, which means that I am under leveled. And it means that basically the enemies are gonna deal more damage to me and they are gonna be more tanky than usual, okay? So you have that little symbol above their head, and there is another symbol when they have even more, but in that case it just means that they are gonna one-shot you and kill you directly. And for that, if I go here, you can see that the icon is different. So now let's talk about the first way to get some momentum, and you are going to do that naturally through your progression. I want to talk about the gear. Let's first talk about the gear on the left, and then I'm going to talk about the jewelry, because you are going to focus on that a bit later, okay? So first of all, to give you an idea, if I unequip everything, I have like a 56k momentum. So if I unequip every single piece of gear I have on my character, you are going to see the difference is going to be huge. So let's go with a tier 2 here, and let's just remove the crossbow. So I lost 13k momentum with my gear. So this is the first thing you want to focus on. So let me just re-equip everything and explain to you a few more things on that. So here on the helmet, for example, this one is a tier 3 purple, but it has the highest proc I could have. This is why the number is in yellow here. It's the highest I could have, and so it's giving to me more momentum than a tier 4 there as well, because the helmet has been reforged, and it's giving to me some more stats here. So the reforge is very important too, but I'm not reforging these because I'm waiting for another piece from the Sentinel set to do that. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain to you how to farm the gear a bit later during that video, so you can find the chapter below. So then on the right you have the jewelry, and I'm getting the same amount of power. If I unequip them, you are gonna see that. Let's unequip the 2 earrings, and let's unequip the 2 rings as well. And so this is the momentum I have after that. I'm losing the same 13k momentum. But there are a few things that you need to know about the jewelry, and you can upgrade them above the plus 10 in fact. If you have a duplicate, for example, this is what I had with that blue ring. I was able to recast that through the crafting system. I can now upgrade it to plus 12 instead of plus 10. One more time during that video, I'm gonna explain to you how to farm your jewelries. So that was all I had to say about the equipment, and now let's quickly talk about the set research, because in a way it is linked to your gear. So if I go here, first of all on the left, you can see that I have these effects on my character. It's not changing my momentum. For example, if I go on another one, this one is only level 1, it's not a level 20 here. So if I change that, it's not changing my momentum, okay? So let's just re-equip this one, and let's go on the research. And by the way, way, you can see that my set research is giving to me 3.7k momentum at the moment, which is pretty nice. So if I go on the research, the best way to acquire some momentum is to balance the levels between the research, in fact, because the more you progress on one category, the more you are gonna need for to reach another level, and so you are wasting your momentum potential doing that. But the first thing to do, of course, if you want to have more efficiency, is to unlock the level 20 for your secondary set, the one you're gonna equip on your character, and this is what I did on my duelist. But I am still continuing that because I'm curious to know what is doing the secondary set effect level 3 here. Every single piece of gear you have on your character, don't throw them away, use them here. You can have some bonuses if you are using a piece of gear with the same set or a reforged piece of gear. For example, if I go on the Savant, if I use this one, I have that bonus because this is the same set. And if I go on the Duelist, on the Sentinel, if I use that, this is the same set and this is a reforged set, so it's giving to me some extra experience. And even if I'm not using that set as my equipped set, if I am doing that, progress by 1 level, I am gonna have the plus 30 max HP on my character and it's gonna give me the extra momentum. So let's just do that to see, plus 60 momentum here. But then what I want to do is just go there, I'm gonna put everything I can, just level that by 1 level. I'm getting plus 60. I'm gonna go on the marksman. I'm gonna do the same as well, plus 1 level, plus 60 again, and I'm doing that everywhere I can. And this is a very nice way to increase your momentum. And you can farm the gear, I'm gonna talk about that a bit later. Okay, so now let's talk about the artifacts. There is something very important that you need to know about. For example, this is the one I am using as the passive, this is the one I have equipped on my character, and I'm gonna get these stats there given. So 3k momentum almost, and if I change on this one, 2.5k, so if I equip this one, I'm losing some momentum because I have less progression on this one. So let's re-equip this one, and there is something more that you need to know about. So if I go on this one, for example, advancement, if I want to enhance this one, let's say that I want to progress only by 1%. If I'm not mistaken, every 1% is enhancing the stats given by the artifact, okay? So let's apply that, confirm, enhance, and I am still getting some momentum, right? Because it's enhancing the stats there. The stats of the artifact, the main stat given by the artifacts, are given even if you are not equipping the artifact on your character, okay? So you can enhance all your artifacts, but it's gonna require a ton of currencies. But don't worry, the currencies are different. For example, if I want to enhance this one, I'm gonna need these kinds of cakes. I don't know exactly what it is, but if I go on my main one, if I want to advance this one, I need different materials. So I can just mainly upgrade this one. This is what I'm generally doing, but it costs a lot of copper. I'm gonna do that, and normally I should get more momentum, plus 36. So this is the best way on the artifact to get some on your active one and on your passive one. Use your main currencies on the one you have equipped on your character, and then upgrade the other ones if you still have some copper. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend to do that. You are not getting a lot of momentum through the artifacts, and it costs a lot of copper. So a great way to waste your copper, in fact. And then you have the house sigil here. You can unlock some sigils, and a good way to acquire some more is to play with the other classes. So you are going to redo the quest and you are going to acquire some more. You will be able maybe to unlock some, to have some new ones, or to upgrade the others. But you are not getting a lot of momentum by upgrading them. Like generally, if I can upgrade one level here, it's going to give to me maybe 20 or 30 more momentum. And you have the leaderboard here, and you can unlock some more later. But through the currencies you can farm on the gear, let's talk quickly about that. If I go on the exchange, regional currency, I'll just save all of the North token you acquire and the rich tokens, because you can buy here with a 3,500 another board to put some more sigils inside, and this is a great way to get some more momentum, but it's gonna take a lot of time. I was able to get 535 here only. I never spent any, and here 778. I spent a bit in the past to buy some more building materials to progress my estate. And outside of that, I am saving everything for the house sigil board only to get more momentum. And finally, there is another way to get some momentum through your skills there. So you can acquire some books through your progression. Sometimes you will find some doing some side quests. You will find the books on the exploration. You will get some through your activities. You will get some by leveling up your character, and these are very important. And if I do the same here for my secondary stats, I upgraded only mostly one skill here. This is the main combo I'm using, and you can do, by the way, if you didn't know about that, use only one per line. So this is why I have 5 on 5 here, 5 on 5 on the second line, and 5 on 5 here, and 0 everywhere else. So if I reset everything on that skill, let's see the momentum I'm losing. 3.8k. So one more time, the skills are very, very important for your momentum. So I have 95 books and 78. You can get some through the weekly quests, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, you don't care about balancing the stats here through your skills because you are getting 40 momentum per skill point you are applying anywhere. So for example, if I enhance the first one, okay, I don't know why it's not showing, but if I enhance that, I'm getting plus 40. If I enhance it again, I'm getting plus 40. And if I enhance by using 2 books now, I'm getting plus 80. So every time you're using a book, a skill point, you are getting plus 40. And by the way, even the active skill points are giving to you 40 momentum. And by the way, if you want to acquire some more momentum through the skills, there is something that you can do even though you don't have the power. This is what I did here in High Garden. I went and explored the entire map, and so I discovered all the ruins, the historic sites, and after completing them, you are getting some active or basic skill points that you can use to get some more momentum. And then you have your trade tree, and same as before, every single point you put into the tree is gonna give you 50 momentum. So it doesn't matter the things you are upgrading here. For example, if I level that down, I'm losing minus 50, I'm getting plus 50 if I increase that. Let's redo the same on the right here. I'm getting the plus 50 anywhere I am putting a point on. So this is basically how it works. And you can obtain these through completing some quests, activities, or exploration. And so now if you want to see the momentum given by every category, this is what I have on my character at the moment. So the weapon and defensive gear is giving me more than the jewelry, then the artifacts, because the higher the rarity, the more the momentum is giving to you. You have the active one and the passive one. So each is giving to me almost a 3k, and then I'm getting some more with the enhancements. Then the house advancement board, the 773, the house sigil collection, the set research, the trade tree, and the skills. So yeah, this is basically what I have. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the ways to farm the gear, the jewelry and stuff like that, and it's just really nice because a dragon appeared. And this is a good thing to farm weekly. You can do that 7 times a week. You can kill him multiple times more than that, but it doesn't matter to do that more because you can farm, claim the rewards on these 7 times a week. But this is a very, very nice thing to do. You are gonna have some powder and a great jewelry depending on your ranking. Because the more the damage you do, the highest the ranking you're gonna have between the players in that zone. And so yeah, this is just basically the way to go. So let's just farm that and try to kill him, see my final ranking, and see the materials I'm getting after that. You need 49k momentum if you want to handle the fight, but you are not even forced to have that momentum. Just if you have strong players alongside you, they are gonna do the job. Even if you don't have any momentum, if you are not one-shotted all the time, if you can have at least almost 1% of the damage dealt, then you will have the materials. But it's gonna be a bit harder to survive. I love that fight. The animation on bosses in that game are just stunning. The only issue is that the boss is huge, and so sometimes when you are in contact you can't see anything, especially when you are right behind the wings. Okay, so let's use the fire ability. Look at that, we can't see anything here, so generally I love staying in the back so I have some visibility and I'm not taking the frontal attacks. I should have crafted some balls before trying that challenge though. So he's in the air. throwing some fire. Just need to wait for him to go down. And avoid going in the fire, otherwise I'm gonna start taking some damage. But whatever, I have to go through, taking a lot of damage through the fire. But he's almost dead, so I need to go there. Okay, I'm in the back again. Time to do my combos. Okay, he's in the air again. He's jumping everywhere. He's gonna do that another time, I suppose. Yes. Now it's okay. We have time to deal damage. Let's ignite my weapon. Do my main combo. He's down. Okay, he's about to die. There we go. So let's check the rewards I just got. I can claim them 7 times a week. So let's check that. I was top 6 with 5% damage, 31% with the top 1, 27% on the top 2. They are almost the best players in game at the moment. So you can get some pieces of jewelry, you can get some crafting materials for the jewelry, and these are very, very important, especially the powder, because you don't need to spend any RP if you want to claim these rewards. So this is amazing for the jewelry polish here. So now I can just go on my messenger raven, craft jewelry, and start crafting some more. I need to upgrade the level and craft as many times as I can, because then once I'm getting level 5, I will have a chance to drop a legendary jewelry. So the best you can have in the game at the moment. And you can also drop some purples and legendary jewelry by beating Drogon. But the rates are very low, so good luck to you guys. So let's do that. Skip that. And you have a guarantee, by the way, every 60 accumulated crafting, you will get an epic one here. And I suppose that I'm gonna have the same rates on the level 5 to get a legendary one. You can spend your golden dragons there if you are lacking a few to unlock the next rarity. It can be great to use them here if you have some. But there, in that case, I need to spend like 1,380 golden dragon. I'm generally not doing that, but that time I am gonna do that for the purpose of that video. So let's get some. There we go, next level. So now I am able to craft some legendary, but I need another material here. I need some gold ore. So, and I need even more gemstones and powder, so it's gonna be harder if I want to get some, but it's still the same price with the golden dragon though. So 28 more before getting my first legendary grade. That's great, so I'm gonna continue on that later. Try to farm some materials, and one of the best way to farm these materials, this is something that I recommend to do later. I'm gonna go directly on the last zone I have here. You have these echoes to farm in priority, the highest level you can, because it's giving to you a lot of experience as well. 10 RP for 740, this is very, very nice, and you get a lot of gemstones inside. For the rest of the materials, you can do that on Drogon, or you can do the hideouts 1 time per day. You are getting not only great experience, and also because you have a lot of minions to kill inside to get a lot of experience, but you can get the powder as well and great gear after completing that. So this is an amazing way to get better gear. I'm gonna talk about the experience right after the crafting materials and the momentum, right? The echoes and the hideouts do that every time you can. Best way to progress. And the echoes reappear 1 time per hour, so just do the highest you have 1 time, then wait an hour, redo that again, save your RP for that, because after you have your highest tier gear, this is the best thing you need to do. I'm gonna talk about the gear right after. So that content, the echoes 1 time per hour, the hideouts 1 time per day, and there is another way to acquire some materials or higher jewelry, and this is through the expedition beyond the wall that you can unlock after reaching the level 20 and the second zone in the gift here. So here you have 3 difficulties. You unlock the first one when you reach the level 20, then 30 and then 40. And you have better materials of course for the same RP consumption, and you get some XP, you get some crafting materials for the jewelry, and you get some of these tokens there. And they are very important. You can exchange them on to that merchant here, and you can basically buy some of these 3 times per month. So if you are lucky, you have a chance to get directly some purple or some legendary, and just good luck to everyone. I wasn't able to get any purple or a legendary, I was able to get only blues. The rates are not written, this is a bit sad, but remember that you can get these, and this is very very nice. You can also buy some materials to level up your estate or crafting materials for the jewelry, so this is a very very good content to farm. But it requires a lot of RP, so I wouldn't recommend to do that many times. Just do that so you can acquire the things for the jewelry, and if you are lacking some powder, if you want to craft a bit more, then do that again. It's up to you to decide what to do. But when you are early on level 20, if you have the power required to clear the content, then you will get a lot of experience, so this is pretty cool to farm that when you're close to the level 20. Then I should have talked about that a bit earlier, but I had the dragon fight and it was very entertaining, so I decided to cover first the jewelry farming. But the camps are the first thing you want to focus on, at least until you have your best gear equipped on your character. So here for my case, I needed to reach the level 28 before starting crafting the tier 4 gear, but after that I focused on that. I had my full set tier 4 and I had a crazy amount of momentum and power increase on my character, so this is the first thing to do. And not only for the gear increase on your character, but you are also getting some pieces of gear and drops on the enemies and experience as well, so you can progress your level, you can progress your set research. So this is a very very good thing to do in priority, and you're not even forced to claim the rewards at the end. I'm gonna show that to you clearing that camp. So I am in the south here, I can get only tier 3 materials and I don't care about the experience. I don't want to claim the reward at the end because it's not gonna give me enough things for my RP. So I am just gonna focus on killing the enemies here. As you can see, they are very very low level in comparison with me, so I can kill them super easy. It's not requiring a lot of time during the day, and the camps reappears as for the echoes 1 time per hour. So just do them and you are gonna get not only experience but sometimes some gear after killing them, sometimes some goods that you can sell to sellers. I cleared the entire camp. I'm getting some copper, tier 3 well-made great sword, basic bolts. I'm getting HP tincture every time I'm doing that, and some goods that I can sell. So if I don't want to claim the rewards, instead of claiming them here, I can just click on that button and delete the rewards. So that now the camp is done and it's gonna reappear in 1 hour. Not exactly 1 hour, it's a fixed hour. So for example here it's 12 o'clock, so it's gonna reappear at 13, then at 14, and etc. And for the experience and the gear, the hideouts are great to do as well. As I said, you are not forced to claim the reward at the end, just wait for the next day, it's gonna reappear, and you can just complete that, re-kill everyone. And basically, if I'm doing that camp here, I can get 3000 XP by completing that without claiming the rewards at the end. It's still interesting because 1700 is pretty cool, and I'm getting some rich token and powder, so this is still cool. But I am farming this one mainly, and in this one I can get up to maybe 5000 XP doing this one, more materials, and I'm getting a tier 4 purple helmet as well, and 2700 experience if I claim with my RP, so this is very very nice to do. And I still have this one at the top, 440 experience, tier 4 materials, 7 RP only, so this is the best way to farm gear, experience, and this is it, the first thing you need to farm in fact. Then you will find 4 ferocious beasts in the game. I don't really recommend to farm them unless you don't have a lot of time to play the game, so you want to find a way to spend your RP and you have a chance to farm some epic or legendary gear, but you will progress fast in the game, so this is not very efficient to farm these because the rates are very low to obtain the epic and the legendary pelt, and you are gonna unlock a highest tier materials so you can craft some tier 3 3 or tier 4 materials, and this is just not gonna be that great, okay? Unless you have enough momentum to farm the last one, this one, 67k momentum, you will be able to farm your endgame gear, epic and legendary tier 4 gear, so this one is the best thing to farm when you are late game. Otherwise, I don't recommend to do that. This is just a waste of time in my opinion. Just do it one time once you unlock it, so you can claim the first completion reward and get one of these to craft your weapon. I recommend to craft only the weapon first, and once you have this one, you have your epic weapon, and after that, complete the dungeon in Winterfell to get another copy of your epic gear, of your epic weapon. So this is very important because here you have like a guarantee to obtain it after a few times, and this is a pretty good way to farm some experience as well. So do that, you are also getting some gear and you can reforge your epic weapon. And then of course you have more ways to acquire some experience, but this is more a one shot. You have the Wormwalks, of course. If you enter the dungeon, when you progress your momentum, you can get inside, and after clearing that, you are getting a lot of experience and you get more materials as well. You can get some pretty nice things to reforge again your materials, your gear, and your jewelry. This is pretty cool. You can get somehow sigils inside to progress, but as I said, this is only a one shot. And of course, the most logic thing, you can just complete the main quest and complete the side quests as well. You are gonna just get a ton of extra XP and materials. For example, if I complete that, I'm gonna get 2000 XP. So this is what I'm gonna focus on later and clear the other content I have. For example, the camps here to liberate and everything I have else on the map. Alright guys, I think I covered everything in detail, so if you enjoyed the video, please like the video or add a comment below. That is gonna be great for the SEO of the video, so more people will find it. Share with your friends if you find it useful, and yeah, just don't forget to click on the link in the description to follow my content creator role, so that would be great, that would be helpful for me, and you will get some rewards as well. And yeah, that's all. Have a really nice day, take care guys, see you on the next one, bye bye.